view, I am going to explain one problem from cut and out model. The problem is the hexagonal pyramid of side of base 30 mm and the axis 70 mm rest on its base on HP with the edges of the base parallel to VP. A circular hole of diameter 30 mm is completely drilled through the pyramid such that the axis of the hole is perpendicular to VP and intersects the axis of the pyramid 20 mm above the base. Draw the development of the lateral surface of the pyramid. Show the true shape of the hole formed on it. So this is the problem. The problem வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு hexagonal pyramid அதோட base வந்து 30 mm, height 70 mm. It is resting on horizontal plane. And அது எப்படி ரெஸ்ட் ஆகுதுன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதோட edges any two edges will be parallel to the vertical plane. So first அதற்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி we need to draw the simple position. And then we need to make the hole on the hexagonal pyramid. The circular hole diameter பாத்தீங்கன்னா 30 mm is completely drilled through the pyramid. The pyramid throughout the pyramid அந்த 30 mm hole வந்து drill பண்ணும்போது அது எப்படி பண்றாங்கன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா such that அதோட axis அந்த ஹோலோட axis வந்து perpendicular vertical plane க்கு perpendicular இருக்குது and it is intersecting the axis. அந்த axisல எங்க மீட் ஆகுதுன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 20 mm above the baseல இருந்து 20 mm heightல அந்த ஹோலோட ஆக்சிஸும் பிரமிடோட ஆக்சிஸும் intersect ஆகுது. They are asking draw the development of the lateral surface and show the true shape of the hole formed on it. First we are going to draw the single portion of the hexagonal pyramid. Hexagonal pyramid true shape, that means the top view of the object on the horizontal plane la கிடைக்கும் because it is resting on horizontal plane. அந்த hexagonal pyramid draw பண்ணும்போது அதோட edges இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அதோட ரெண்டு எட்ஜ் வந்து வெர்டிகல் பிளேனுக்கு பேரலா இருக்கும். ஸோ இங்கே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the base edge B and C and F and E வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it's parallel to the vertical plane and it's a pyramid, so it's having apex point, so we need to connect all the corners and in the center of the hexagonal pyramid this is the apex point O we need to mention and the base edges are A, B, C, D, E, F we need to mention. And next we are going to draw the front view. The front view is getting on vertical plane. When we look the object from this side, A, B, C, D is visible, E and F is invisible. So I put A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash is visible and invisible edges are put in the bracket. And the height of the pyramid is 70 mm and we connect all the slanting edges. And here the true shape, here the true shape பாத்தீங்கன்னா the O and A is the true shape because இதில் பார்க்கும்போது இதில் ஒரு ஸ்லாண்டிங் எட்ஜ் இது எல்லாமே ஸ்லாண்டிங் எட்ஜ் என்னெல்லாம் இருக்குன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா OA ஒரு ஸ்லாண்டிங் எட்ஜ் OB OC OD OE OF இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு ஸ்லாண்டிங் எட்ஜ் OA and OD இஸ் that line is parallel to the vertical plane. ஸோ அதனால் we can consider OA வந்து ஒரு ட்ரூ ஷேப் டூல் இருந்தால் கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கலாம், அதே மாதிரி ODயையும் நம்ம டூல் இருந்தால் கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். I am going to consider OA is the true length. Okay, so simple positioning is over. Now we are going to make the hole on the hexagonal pyramid. So hole drill பண்ணும்போது எங்க drill பண்றாங்கன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா from the baseல இருந்து 20 mm above அந்த ஹோலோட ஆக்சிஸ் வந்து மீட் ஆகுது. அந்த ஹோலோட ஆக்சிஸ் இந்த பிரமிடோட ஆக்சிஸ்க்கு பெர்பெண்டிகுலரா இருக்குது. சரியா? So now I am taking 15 mm radius in the compass. The diameter of the hole is 30 mm. So I am taking 15 mm radius in the compass. And I place the compass from the base from the base of the pyramid 20 mm distance in the axis line. I place the compass and I make the hole, the circle hole on the object. ஹோல் ட்ரா பண்ணி முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறமா இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த ஹோலோட அவுட்டர் டயாமீட்டர் அவுட்டர் போர்ஷன் வந்து டிஃபைன் பண்ண முடியாத ஒரு பிளேஸில் இருக்கிறதுனால என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃப்ரம் த பாயிண்ட் ஓவில் இருந்து அந்த ஹோலோட அவுட்டர் ஓகே ஹோலோட சென்டர் கிடையாது, ஹோலோட இந்த அவுட்டரில் நம்ம ஸ்கேலை பிளேஸ் பண்ணி we need to draw one standing line. ஓகே, ஸ்லாண்டிங் லைன் இந்த மாதிரி ட்ரா பண்ணணும். ஓகே, அதே மாதிரி this side also இந்த ஹோலை டச் பண்ணி we need to draw one tangent line. The name of this line is a tangent line. Okay, so like we make the line And next we give the numbers on the meeting points. Here the line touches on the object, so this is 1, I consider this is 1, and this one is 2, and this one is 3, and this one is 4, this one is 5, this one is 6, and this one is 7, and finally this point is 8. Now from all these points we need to take the measurement from the apex point. So for the cone and pyramid we need to bring the dimension to the true length of the object. Here this is the true length. Now I am going to bring all the dimensions to the true length. So now this is the line for taking the measurement for the point number 3. So like we need to draw lines for all these points to the true length side. So like we bring the points to the true length line. Next we are going to develop this hexagonal pyramid portion. So first measure the true length, the distance OA we need to measure, and first we place one point. This is the point, apex point O. From the point we need to draw one line at some angle, and now in that line I take the measurement. I already took the measurement from O and A. Place the compass in this point, and the distance I make the point on this line. And next I draw one curve for developing the hexagonal prism. And here the hexagonal prism having 6 sides. So we need to divide this portion into 6 equal parts. Each side is 30 mm. So that compass take 30 mm எடுத்து the arc la 30 we need to cut. Cut பண்ணி முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறமா we need to connect all the slanting edges. And then we need to give the names on the base portion. Here A, capital A, B, C, D, E, F and A. And it's an hexagonal pyramid, so we need to connect all the bases by a straight line. So like we need to connect the lines, base portions of the hexagonal pyramid. And next we are going to draw the hole on this portion, on this developed portion. First we are going to draw the front portion of the object, that means the visible portion, and next we are going to draw the invisible portion. So idhula first point number 1 நம்ம வந்து locate பண்றதுக்கு we need to bring the line from this base line, from this line. We already drawn one line for mentioning the outer portion of the circle. So from this line I draw one straight line. This line is meeting at the base edge of A and B, in between A and B. For this I give the name M. So now we need to mention the M, the location of the M. So take your compass and measure the distance of A and M and place here. The M is in between A and B, so place the compass on A and B. Here I mention the point M. So from this point we need to draw one slanting edge line. This is the additional line we need to draw. And now we measure the distance of O and 1 in this true length, and place the compass in the apex point and mark the first point. So this is the first point 1, and as the second point is located on the true length. From the true length we take the dimension of the second point. It is located on the visible slanting edge O and B. This is the visible standing edge O and B. We measure the reading on the true length, second point value, and place the compass and mark the second point on the B. So this is a place for second point. And the next third point is located on the axis line. Here there is no slanting edge, slanting line in this center portion. Okay, but the center portion value is also required. The outer diameter value is required. Here there is no slanting edge. Axis is there. So axis, the value is in between B and C. In between B and C, the axis is located. So we need to take the value. The slanting edge value is 30 mm. So 30 divided by 2, 15. So exactly 15 mm distance, the center of the pyramid is located. So here also we need to draw one straight line. And in this line, we measure the value of O and 3 from the true length and place the compass in O. And in the center line, we need to make the point. So this is the point for point number 3. And we can give the name, this is center C. And next, point number 4 is located on the visible slanting edge O and C. This is the visible slanting edge O and C. Place the compass and measure the point number 4 and place here in the apex point, and this is the point number 4. And as point number 5 is located on visible slanting edge O and point number 5 is located on indifferent portion. So we draw one line. We already drawn one line. So on the line இருந்து என்ன பண்ணனும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதோட பேஸ்ல இருந்து to the top view we need to bring the line. So இந்த போர்ஷனுக்கு நேம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா n. The n எங்க இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா in between C and D. So measure the distance of C and N by help of compass. Okay, so this is the point N. It is located in between C and D. இந்த n எதுக்காக லொகேட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், இந்த லைன் வந்து நம்ம இந்த லைன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இருக்காது, எந்த ஸ்லாண்டிங் எட்ஜுமே கிடையாது, இது ஒரு இமேஜினரி ஸ்லாண்டிங் எட்ஜ். அதோட அவுட்டர் டயாமீட்டர் நம்ம காமிக்கிறதுக்காக ஃப்ரம் த அப்பெக்ஸ் பாயிண்ட் வந்து ஒரு லைன் நம்ம ட்ரா பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். ஓகே, ஸோ அப்போ அந்த லைனை வந்து நம்ம இங்கே கொண்டு வரணும் அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணணும், இங்கே இருந்து பேஸ் டு த டாப் வியூ we bring the line and measure the distance C and N. N is located in between C and D. Place the compass in C and mark the point here. This is the point number N. Okay, so from the N we need to draw one imaginary slanting line. In this imaginary slanting line we need to mark the distance of the point number 5. So place the compass in the apex point and measure the reading to point number 5 and place the compass here, and on the imaginary slanting line we mark the point. So this is point number 5. And as point number 6 is located on the visible slanting edge O and C. So measure the distance from apex point, take the value of O and 6. So here O and C visible slanting edge and mark the point here. This is point number 6. And point number 7 is located on the axis of the object. So take the reading from the true length and place the compass in the apex point and mention the point in the center line. So this is point number 7. And as point number 8. Point number 8 is located on the visible slanting edge O and B. This is visible slanting edge O and B. Measure the reading of O and 8 and mark in the visible slanting edge O and B. Mark here. So this is point number 8. So now we need to connect all the points by tracing a smooth curve, because here the hole is a circular. So we need to connect by a smooth curve. So first draw very lightly. Like this we need to draw the diagram. So the development of the visible portion is over. Next we are going to draw the development for the invisible portion. Here the invisible portions are D, E, F and again A on the back side of the object. So first here also we need to mark all the points. First we are going to mark the first point. The first point is located on the imaginary slanting edge line. So on the back side, the front side, the point is M. On the back side, here it is meeting on the base slanting edge A and F. So in between A and F, the point is located. So this is, I give the name M dash. So we need to measure the distance of F and M or A and M, and place the compass in the A point, and on the base edge I make one point. This is the point for M dash. From this point I am going to draw one imaginary slanting line, and here on the point M, on the line imaginary line, the first point is located. So measure the reading on the true length O and 1, and place the compass here in the point O and make the first point. This is the point number 1. Point number, for differentiate I mentioned 1 dash. And next point number 2 is located on the invisible slanting edge O and F. O and F, invisible slanting edge. Point number 2 is located. So here invisible slanting edge is this line O and F. This is invisible. Measure the distance on the true length O and 2, and place the compass here and mark the invisible slanting edge 2 dash. Next point is 3. Point number 3, it is located on the center. So on the back side, it is located between F and E. So exactly F and E, the center is 15 mm. So mark 15 mm and draw one imaginary center line. This is a center. So in this line, point number 3 is located. So measure the distance from O and 3 in the true length, and place the compass in the apex point O and make the arc here. This is point number 3 dash. Point number 4 is located on invisible slanting edge O and E. So measure the distance O and E, O and 4, point number 4, and on the invisible slanting edge O and E, mark the point number 4 dash. And next point number 5 is located on the imaginary slanting line, and on the back side here it is meeting N dash. It is located in between E and D. Measure the distance between E and N and place here E on the base line between E and D. Mark the point N dash and draw the imaginary slanting line, and in that line measure the distance of O and 5 and place the compass here and mark the point for 5 dash. And as point number 6 is located on invisible slanting edge O and E. Measure the distance of O and 6 here, and on the line O and the invisible line we need to mark the point O and 6 distance. So here O and 6. So this is the point number 6 dash. Point number 7 is located on the axis. Measure the distance and mark in the axis center line. So this is the point number 7. And point number 8 is located on invisible slanting edge O and F. Measure the distance of point number O and 8. Here you mark on the invisible slanting edge O and F, mark the point 8 dash. Now we need to connect all the points by tracing a smooth curve like this. So like this the diagram will come. So finally we need to write all the dimensions on the base edge 30 mm. Here height of the pyramid is 70 mm. The hole intersect at the axis 20 mm distance from the base, and here also we need to mention the true length. The true length value is around 87 mm. This is the value of O and A. The measurement O and A value is 87 mm. Like this we need to write, and finally all dimensions are in mm. And scale, here we are following the same scale given in the question, scale 1:1. So this is the method for draw the cut and out problem.